What's up, bud? It's Rob. This is Apparel Success. And in this video here, what I want to do is talk to you about how to grow your clothing brand if you don't have a lot of money. Okay, I want to walk you through what we did, and there's a lot of strategies involved with growing your clothing brand from the very beginning if you don't have a lot of money to actually getting through the steps to the point where you're actually making sales and you're thriving and you've got money in the bank. Okay, this one's gonna be really good. Here we go. This video here is sponsored by Design Crowd. Now, if your clothing brand is in need of designs for your clothing brand, I highly recommend you check them out. Design Crowd is a website that helps entrepreneurs crowdsource amazing designs from designers all around the world. For a special $100 VIP offer for Apparel Success viewers only, head over to www.designcrowd.com/apparel to learn more, or simply use the discount code APPAREL when posting a project on Design Crowd. All right, so one of the most attractive things about starting a clothing brand is that it has such a low cost entry, okay? You can literally start a multi-million-dollar company that, eventually sells tens of millions of dollars worth of clothing for, a couple $100s at the beginning, okay? So you don't need a crazy amount of money to start up a really successful clothing brand. The best example I have of this is East Coast Lifestyle, okay? This guy was in school on the East Coast of Canada. He was in school for entrepreneurship, and he came out with a few hoodies that he sold to his friends, sold those, and since he's making a profit on them, he had more money the second time, so he made more hoodies, sold those, reinvested that money, came out with even more hoodies, sold those, had more money, came out with even more hoodies and more t-shirts, and that's just basically how you build your brand, okay? So if you have, say a couple $100s in the bank to start a clothing brand, all you need to do is come out with, 10, 20, 30 t-shirts and see how they do, okay? You don't need to invest in a crazy amount of inventory to start up. So, say you sell those 20 t-shirts, if you make them for $10 and you sell them for 20, then you're doubling the amount of money that you have if you sell them all. That means that you can come out with twice the amount of t-shirts the next time, or you can restock those ones and come out with a brand new t-shirt. So now you're expanding because you've got that same original t-shirt, the same amount that you originally came out with, and now you have a new line of t-shirts. And if you sell those, then it all compounds on itself, and that's basically how you start from the very beginning. Now, if when you open up your bank account, it is literally empty and you have absolutely no money, you can always open up a business account and use a credit card. Now, you don't need to have a crazy high limit on this credit card. You don't need to create a crazy amount of risk for yourself, but even just a couple $100s to get those t-shirts originally made. Then when you sell those, you can pay off your credit card, you can keep using your credit card, and you'll have more money in the bank because you're making a profit, and you can grow that way, okay? When we first started, we used our credit cards and we only had like a $500 or $1,000 limit on it. Then we worked our way up to like $15,000 in credit limit on our credit cards, where we were dumping all of our new inventory onto our credit cards, and now, we're applying for a $50,000 loan for our business, okay? So it's like, you don't want to be thinking about all of this right from the beginning, okay? You don't want to have your mindset on, $20,000 worth of inventory from the beginning or $30,000 worth of inventory from the beginning. When you start out, you want to start out and just do one foot in front of the other. Make your first batch of t-shirts. Don't be thinking way too far into the future. Sell those t-shirts, see how they do. Then you just put another foot in front of the other. You come out with the next t-shirt. And then, that might open you doors, that might open you opportunities to coming out with a hoodie or whichever design's working best. You can sort of make a new design based on that design, and it all just opens up if you're just focused on the present moment, what you're doing, and you'll eventually, work your way up to the point where you need more money, you can grow your credit cards, you can ask for a loan, you can get a line of credit, and you just really want to be focused on the process and not think way too far in advance when you're first starting out. The mainstream view of what it looks like to actually create a successful business is generally very skewed, and it's almost delusional to the point where they have absolutely no idea what it actually looks like to grow a successful business, okay? And this is why, most people that start businesses who don't have a lot of knowledge, who aren't constantly taking in new information and understanding the universal principles of all this, they say that 9 of 10 businesses that start up fail within the first 5 years. And the reason for this is because they just don't have the right perspective in terms of what it actually takes to create something that's successful and that grows over time, okay? And what I'm trying to tell you in this video here is that you can start out with low money. You don't need a lot of money, but you just build it slowly over time and you reinvest your money. And this might take 2 to 4 to 5 to 10 years to grow up your business to the point where you're actually killing it. And that's why you really want to also enjoy the process. You don't want to get too caught up in just being so results oriented. You want to also, enjoy the process and the challenges and the failures. You want to enjoy everything as an entrepreneur because it takes time and it's all about who you become and what you learn out of it. And it's not just entirely about having a good idea, putting it out into the world and hoping that it makes millions of dollars, right? You can grow things, you can cultivate things, take your time, and you will eventually get there if you have the right perspective. Now, if your clothing brand is currently struggling and you want me to look at it and offer you feedback and suggestions for how you can get your clothing brand to the next level, you can sign up for a clothing brand review at www.apparelsuccess.com. Otherwise, if you've made it to this point in the video, I want to tell you about the closed Facebook group that we have going on for Apparel Success. There's a link in the description below. Follow that link, join us in the group. We're a bunch of clothing brand owners all in there to support each other and answer each other's questions. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.